Welcome back everyone. Still working on this Fiesta. So this is going to be part 4, hopefully the final part of this. We'll get it all finished in this video. If you haven't watched the last parts, if you go back and watch them first, it'll make sense of what's going on. If you have been following along though, I have sort of cut ahead a little bit just to sort of make this not as repetitive. So I'll show you what I've done on the bumper. So I've just got these bits here. I stuck these on just off camera. You've seen enough of this sort of work now. So I did them last night and just put the aero catches in, drilled the holes for them. There's no real how-to and how to do it because I just copied where they were fitted on the old stuff. So I'm just going to jump ahead again a little bit. I'm going to get this sanded and hopefully by the end of this video this is all going to be fitted, all painted, and you'll see the car outside. So I'm going to make a start on that. I thought I'd just show you this. If you're interested in getting these wings, there's no information I could find about how much wider they are. So when you actually look at it, I've got quite a lot of camber on this car anyway, but these Team Dynamics with the stock arches with no spacer, they were rubbing like really badly. So I had to pull the arches out, and obviously as you can see with these, they're like, that's got a 16mm spacer, and it's probably going to have to be lowered more and probably have a 20mm on it. So I might have to look at getting some different wheels potentially. But obviously on the back, there's no spaces on the rear of this, I don't think. No, there's not. And they're pretty close already. So if anyone knows of any different sort of wider wheels you can get that sort of look similar to these, let me know. Yeah, that's how it's looking so far. Looks pretty good. So they're all on now. I didn't film it, it took forever. It's pretty boring, it's the same stuff I've seen in the other videos. So I'm just going to go over it now, give it a couple of coats of this plastic primer that I use on all the other bits, get some coats on it, and then see if anything shows through, because I'm going to spend all day sanding it, looking over it when it's easier to sometimes just put paint on, and it will show up really easy. So let's get this on. Other day, I came back again last night. I put a few more hours into doing this just to get it right because I wasn't happy with it. It's all good now. So I'm going to sand this with some 800 grit and then start getting some paint on, I suppose. Anyone watching this has got one of these Insta 360 Ace Pro, I think it is. That's what I'm recording on, but the battery life is awful on it. It lasts for like 45 minutes filming at 1080. Is there better batteries you can get, like bigger ones? Or do you just have to buy multiple of them? It'd be quite annoying to not have to keep worrying that the camera's gone dead. Also, typically this weather, it's been brilliant for like the last 3 months. As soon as I want to paint this bumper, it starts getting cloudy and the temperature starts dropping. With a bit of a rush to get this done. And hopefully we'll start getting some different stuff out soon. I think the next thing, there's 2 things I'm going to do next on the car. It's either the false floor in the boot, or we're going to do like speakers, sound system stuff. Try and get this out of the way. I don't know if I've mentioned this on camera yet, but this is the paint I've been using, this Simonized stuff. To be honest, I don't think I'll recommend it. It's not that good, and it ain't really all that cheap either, compared to some other stuff I've used that's quite good. It just doesn't seem to spray very well, but we've done the other panels with this, so we might as well use it, or at least it will somewhat match. Yeah, if you're looking at it, I wouldn't recommend it. Even like the primer and the clear, I've used it all from the same brand, and it just doesn't seem to spray very well. It could just be me, but I don't know, I don't like it. I'm not using it again. Take from that what you will. So I'm going to do a really light coat on this just to get it tacky, and then we'll go for some heavier coats. I'm going to do it outside. Last time when I sprayed the wings, it just picked up loads of dust off the floor. Obviously it's not very clean in there, so hopefully not too much stuff will land in it out here. If it does start looking bad, we'll move it inside, but see how it goes. There's what, oh yeah, that was a good catch. This is what I'm talking about, brand new can, yeah? Look, there's like no, you know that? There's no ball inside it to mix it up. It's not really good, is it? That one can go back. I've been shaking this like an idiot for like 5 minutes. Definitely no ball in there. That ain't mixing up. Put that to the side. Right, do a slightly heavier coat now. Probably a bit pointless painting the underneath really, you're not going to see it, are you? Continues to do it anyway. Coat's had about 15 minutes to dry. It's drying really quick. I don't know if it's because it's still sort of 30 degrees and there's a bit of a breeze out here. There is a big cloud coming though. I really don't want this to get rained on, so try and do this a bit quick. I know we're obviously painting this at the minute, but the sort of end goal for this is to get it wrapped anyway. If anyone's got any colour suggestions, I don't really know what I want to do. I was thinking like a dark green, maybe a dark blue. I kind of want to stay away from like an original colour. So like, I don't want it to, if I get blue, I don't want it too close to like the original spirit blue. So I might as well have just bought a blue one. If anyone's got any ideas, feel free to put it below. Can't remember if I said in the last video or not about putting a chassis mounted splitter on, but I think I figured out the other day how I'm going to do it. So that video will be coming up on making the splitter and mounting it, everything like that. I've had an idea of how I want to do it. I think I'm going to put on the one that bolts on the bottom of the bumper, that's on the other bumper still. I'm going to put that back on and try and use it as like an air dam type thing, and then put the splitter on the bottom of that. I think that will work quite well. Is there something about paint that like flies like? There's like, oh look, fresh paint. I'll go and land in that. Into that like danger zone in the can where, you know, when it gets too low and it just starts spitting out like balls of paint everywhere. And you ruin the whole job that you've just spent hours doing. You've got to sand it all down again. Coat 3. I'm hoping this is going to cover it because the temperature is really dropping quickly out here. It's quite strange, it hasn't been this cold for ages. Try and lay it on nice and thick. We got it all. Can you see anything I've missed? Probably can. Probably all shouting at the screen. No, you missed a bit. Right there. Really obvious. That bit in there looks terrible. If you ever see this car in person, don't point that out, it'll upset me. Just, it looks alright when it's wet. As soon as it starts drying, obviously, it just, you know, you can see through it. You can see like the primer underneath. Is that it? I think that camera's going to die. You know what sounds like the batteries? That thing's happening again where it runs out of battery after about 40 minutes. Will I put on screen? I probably won't. If I remember, I'll put on screen how long this recording actually was before that battery died and it was fully charged. And we're only filming at 1080. I filmed the bike video in 4K and it lasted like half an hour. If you want to see any bike content, let me know as well, because I do ride bikes as well. Right, camera's dying, cans are empty. I think that's it for tonight. That cloud's coming, I think it's going to rain. I'm going to see you tomorrow and we're going to clear this. Hopefully it's sunny, if not we're inside, I'll move the car. So I'll see you tomorrow. The weather has changed like I thought it would. It's cloudy, it's cold and it's wet. Not ideal, but I'm going to try and get this painted outside because I can't be bothered to move the car in and out. So we're going to try and get this done quick, get 2 or 3 coats on and get it away before this rain comes because it is blowing over, but who knows. So let's get it done. Get the second coat on. Final coat, I decided to do a third, everything else had 3, so we might as well put 3 on this as well. So let's get this on, get it covered up. Alright, I'm going to leave that now for a couple of days to dry. I won't be able to get up here for a few days anyway now. In the next clip, I'm going to try and do something with the grill. I don't want to buy I want to buy a Zunsport, but I just don't want to pay Zunsport prices. They're a bit mental. So I'm going to try something different. So in the next clip, you'll either see what I made, or you'll see it with a stock grill in it. So I guess you'll find out in a second. So then, I've jumped forward a bit, as you can see, but the wide arch is all on now. So there's the grill. I ended up just cutting the original one out, putting some mesh in it. So it doesn't look too bad. A lot cheaper than buying a aftermarket one. All the wings are on, everything's on. It's all painted. Looks really good. I'm happy with it. It's not perfect by any means, but for a at-home job, it's not bad. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.